Welcome everybody to another edition of my 52 MG replica. Went for a nice cruise on Saturday. I think it was 60 miles. It was a short ride, but Sunday it was nice also. Today is May 6th, by the way, a Tuesday. So my wife and I went Sunday. I finally got her to go with me with the intentions of going down to get a pizza. But we left and I got about 5 miles from the house and I couldn't get it in gear to save my life. I was grinding everything. It was going into reverse. It was locking into, I couldn't get first or second. So if you have been watching my videos, in this fall when I put the thing away, I changed the rear coupler on the transmission, which is, or on the shifting rod, which is right there. These caps right here go inside of here on the side there, and one on both sides, and then there's a bolt barrel nut, I guess you would call it, goes through that, and then this bolt right here goes in the end of that and it secures it into place. And then you've got a set screw, I would call it, with a hole in it to run a piece of wire around. It goes in here and locks this onto the shaft of the transmission, and then you put a piece of wire around there so it doesn't back off. Well, lo and behold, it's doing the same thing as it did when I put it away. During the last cruise, I had problems shifting on the way home. So I started doing some research, and before I get into that, by the way, Thomas, I did try and switch the wires on that fuel gauge at the tank, and it didn't make a difference as far as how the gauge was working. So lo and behold, anyways, we're getting back to the shifter. Lo and behold, inside, underneath the shifter, there's a bushing. That bushing is probably like that the shifting shaft goes through. When that wears out, it makes this thing not shift worth a crap. You can't find the gears, it won't stay in gear, and the whole 9 yards. So I'm looking in here inside the column, and right there, I don't know if you could see it, probably can't, but anyways, that's where the shifting rod rides in there, and the bushing, if you see it side to side, there should be no movement at all. That bushing is right gone. So I'm hoping that that is my problem. Now, to take that bushing out, we're going to do a two-part series on this one. The taking apart of it, as you can see, I've already got the shifting boot off. I've already got this back coupler off. There is a plate in the front of this thing on all VWs, or Beetles, I should say. And let's see if I can get under there without wrecking something. Of course I can't. Let's see here. That plate right there, it's got two 11mm bolts in it. You take this plate off, like I'm going to do right now. Where are you? Here it is. There's a hole right there that goes into the tunnel. Now inside of that hole You can see down in there somewhat. Inside of that tunnel is where the shifting rod comes out. In order to take that shifting rod out, it's got to slide forward enough to be past the shifting lever. And that is the only way that you're going to, from what I understand, now I have never done this, and I don't think it's ever been done on this vehicle. But in order to get this shaft right here past the shifting lever and out of that where that bushing goes, it's got to slide up the tunnel. So what we're going to do, now mind you, this is normally the back seat. So I don't know if this shifting rod has been modified because normally, like I said, this would be the back seat area right here, and the pedals and everything were moved back. I hope it hasn't been modified, but if it has, we're gonna find out. So stick with me. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna set you up in the tripod, and we're gonna take these two bolts right here, one here and one here, off, and take that shifting lever up out of there because it sits in a ball, and we're going to take that shift lever up out of there and work that rod forward enough to get that bushing out. I know, I should have had the proper tools already there, but I didn't. We're going to find out if that is 13 millimeter. It looks like maybe. My bad. No, that was a 12, so let me try a 13 on here. Well, I was right. We better get an extension. Now, when you take that bushing out in the back, you need to be careful because otherwise you drop parts, pieces, bolts, and everything else down into that tunnel, and if you don't have some way of grabbing them, they tend to disappear. So I have a pickup tool, and I was able to get it out. There's a spring underneath the shifter that kind of holds this all in. Now, like I said, this has been modified, so I don't know if it's going to come out right or not. And it did. There's the ball that sits down in the shifting rod. So we're pulling the shift lever right out. This has got to come out anyways because I'm catching my foot on it, and I'm not being able to control the gas pedal. So let's take that right out right now. I know my beautiful woodworking. If I can pull that one's going to have to come out too, I think. That'll be another time. Okay, now they say, I don't know. It's pretty dry. So they say that you slide that forward, you push it down a little bit and slide it forward. And they say to turn you a little bit so you can see what I'm going to be saying here. They say to tie a rope or string or wire or something around this, because if it goes all the way out the tube, there's no way to fish it back through. So I'm going to get a Jesus, there's no place to set you. Let's try it here. Wow. Ain't gonna work. Huh?
You didn't let him poop on his walk?
Yeah, I did.
They poop down here too. How about chicken fish sandwiches?
Why?
Because I haven't heated it up yet, because she was just here.
Haven't heated what up?
The thing.
Well, I wasn't done anyway, so yeah, that'll be all right.
You want him out here with you?
Doesn't matter. He's going to want to come back in anyway.
Coming in?
I have a piece of the bead rope that I used on the upholstery that I'm going to put in here. Hopefully that'll work. So I'm thinking this is going to cure my shifting problems, I'm hoping. Okay. I ordered the bushing, and there's supposed to be a reverse lockout plate right here, and I see that's missing. So I ordered that today, And I ordered the bushing also yesterday, or over the weekend I ordered the bushing. And I ordered that from J-Bugs, and it's supposed to be coming. So let's get this. See if we can get that up out of there by pushing the. Might have to turn this. I'm really not liking this stand that I got you guys in. Really not. Wouldn't be because I got you backwards in it. There, I guess. This is not as easy as they said. And I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on this thing. And they said it would be easy. Just give it a push and it'll go right up through there. Well, guess what, Mr. Man? It ain't going to. I wonder why pushing that even that hanger's all shot. I wonder. I don't dare take these two bolts out. I have no idea what they do. There's two bolts back here. I have no idea what they do. That hanger is all broke out, which means that the bushing is right gone. Nothing ever works the way I want it to. Turns out to be a longer video than I thought. There's a rod in there. I wonder. It's hitting something in there. There's a rod in there that it's hit. And I don't know why. And I don't know what that rod is from. I got a feeling it's excuse me, I got a feeling it's a brake line. That's what I got a feeling it is. It's awfully big to be a brake line. Wondering if goes up the emergency brake. Emergency brake cable. get that past that. I don't think. If I take that down, I'm going to be in trouble. I guess I got to take these 2 bolts out. I don't want to. If I do, that should drop it down further. So, here goes nothing. I'm going to get them back up. Put it in the refrigerator. It reminds me of that movie, Field of Dreams. Rain stopper. Good movie. Well, that did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's see if that made a difference. I'm going to get that back up in there. Probably won't. All right. Guess what? That didn't make a bit of difference. Well, guys, I'm going to work on getting that out. And then, when I bring it back for part 2, I'll get the shaft all the way down in there. And then we can work on getting everything put back together. It's given me more problems than I really wanted to run into. But, you know, I got to make it so I can shift it. So, for my 52 MG replica, thank you for watching. Give me a thumb and a liking. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging around the garage with me. And I'll bring you back for part 2.